Hey guys, how y'all doing? I'm here to give you guys a recap on the new episode or chapter of RWBY Volume 5, Chapter 7, or Episode 7, whichever that fits for you. Now, this chapter right here was actually pretty interesting. It was actually pretty cool. At the same time, a lot more truths are revealed, especially with certain secrets. But if anything else, let's go. I'm going to tell you right now, the first 5 minutes and 50 seconds of this new chapter or episode was just like, Team Ranger along with Weiss and Yang, or Ruri or something, you know, just catch up on a couple things and talk about their times when they were separated, like for a long good 6 to 8 months, if I remember correctly. That happened in Volume 4. I'm pretty sure you guys know what I'm getting at here. Aside from that, they talk about how much they've grown, etc., especially with Ren's words of wisdom. Pretty funny. And along with like let me see here, some embarrassing moments here and there about their time at Beacon and how they grown. And then after that, those 5 minutes and 50 seconds, of course, in between was about Yang's arm having an arm wrestle with Nora. And of course we get to see an ability of what Yang can do with her arm. She could pop it right out or something. I'm like, what the you kidding me? Tell me about it, right? I'm like out of my mind here. Okay, aside from that, from here on out, after those 5 minutes and 50 seconds happened after that, we have to it that whatchamacallit, let me see here, that they finally all sat down and talked, especially with Ozpin and Oscar's body at the present time. And these are the couple notes I had to jot down, because I'm pretty sure this conversation throughout like the other 50 to 60% of the episode was actually very important. So if anything else, I'll see if I can try to get started right away with this. We have to it that they all gather in one room, and Weiss really talks about the Maidens and everything else if they are real. And Ozpin confirms it, and therefore talks about like talks about a couple things here and there. But beforehand, Yang tells Ozpin, why don't you tell them what you did to my mother and my mother and Crow, huh? How about that? And we have to it that Crow confessed that despite him being cursed and being reincarnated for thousands of years, if anything, he says he possesses a power with a few benefits. At this time, he explains that he gave Crow and Raven the power to see more, to move freely, and unburdened by their natural bodies. In other cases, he turned them into birds, which is related to them as a raven and a crow, obviously. And we get to know that all of them are like, what the hell are you even talking about, you know? But we have to it that Weiss explains like that it's the truth. Like, literally, it's the truth. We saw Yang's mother, or Raven if you want to call it, transform in front of our eyes. And Yang's like, why would you do that? What is wrong with you, huh? And Crow's like, chill, okay? This was our choice. This was no simple task either, as Ozpin explains it. He explains that he has Raven and Crow go through some trials, which is no simple task, because this is where they had to require info on Salem's plans, and along with the power of the Maidens of where they're at, should they run amok or possibly go out of like their way to maybe help people or cause some trouble. Though that did not, I don't think that became the case for some of the Maidens. But aside from that, I like to put this into perspective where like RWBY asked Ozpin like, have you done this with others? And we have to it that Ozpin confessed by saying, it wasn't so simple, so no. The power I have is limited and finite, and it's not infinite. If it was, then Ozpin would be too strong or too overpowering, and he would not have much trouble taking down Salem, but depending on Salem's power. But yeah, you guys get the point. Aside from that, for me rambling on like an idiot and being off topic, let's continue this conversation. We get to know that Ozpin's power was actually a little tiny bit that he's given to Crow and Raven. Truth be told, that this is the truth, and surprisingly from the story of the Maidens, reference, an Easter egg, by the way, or just a little like reminder, that he actually gave power to the first 4 young maidens that came to him. And you know what? He is that old man from the story. So in other cases, it looks like Ozpin is the one that made the maidens, apparently. First maidens, that is, and have them travel around the world to go help other people. And we have to it that after that conversation with the maidens, etc., we have to it that Ozpin therefore explains that it was never my intention to lie to any of you. Sometimes I had some secrets or matters I want to play close to the chest or keep quiet about until the time is right to talk about it. And he tells them that you all have a choice to do. We have to it that he says that he gave everyone, that everyone always has a choice. He gave Crow and Raven a choice to either help or do their own self-interest. And we have to it that Crow made his decision, so he decides to help Ozpin. As for Raven, she left to do her own self-interest to help her tribe out, etc. Because I think that's the only thing she has left. So Ozpin gave everyone else a choice. Jean, Ren, Nora, RWBY, Weiss, and Yang. He tells them, like, you can either leave or fight. There's no shame or disgrace in abstaining, only in retreat. So pretty much like Ozpin tells him, like, there's no problem with you leaving or disgrace if you want to leave, but only if you fight and then you just leave, etc. That's just beyond measure. And therefore, Yang makes a decision before Ozpin was about to say any more by saying, as long as RWBY sticks around, I will. Because I always feel like RWBY always does something the right thing to do. But she has one condition, though. No lies, no half-truths, no secrets. Well, she said no lies or half-truths, if anything. But I was thinking in my mind, you should put in no secrets either. Because if you really want, if we're putting our life on the line, I need you to tell me everything you know. Because honestly, like, if I'm putting my life on the line to save the world, etc., which I would do anyway, you have to give me everything that you know anyway, so I would know what to be prepared for. But sometimes it could be an advantage and a disadvantage. Sometimes the enemy would chew out sometimes the enemy could somehow chew out the info out of you, if anything, but yeah. Aside from that, we have to it that the ending of the episode or chapter plays off with Cinder's group, Mercury, Emerald, and freaking Dr. Watts, and of course Cinder herself, arrive at the gates of the bandit camp where Yang was previously at, and that's where Raven Brodwin's at home. The guy who got his butt handed to Yang says, look, what are you guys doing here? And Emerald and Mercury's asking, is Raven Brodwin home? He goes like, and he is one of those gate guards that got beaten by Yang, obviously. Just a reminder, sorry for repeating it. And he says, look, I had a bad week, so I'm just going to take it out on you. And we have to it that Mercury tells Cinder, he's not cooperating. And Cinder's like, then make him. And therefore, Emerald summons her weapons and gets ready for combat. Or should I say, death's row, if anything. And that's about it. So looks like to me Raven might be put in a situation, but guarantee of all hell, I better pray she tells them to get the hell out or something, if anything. But in other cases, I do not know what's really bound to happen next, but it's about to be really tense. Because if I remember correctly, many chapters ago, etc., the Spring Maiden is with Raven's tribe, and I'm really shocked to see too. That's not revealed yet. But we'll have to see from here on out. Who knows if like Crow might be telling the truth or not, or he just guessed it, or just assumes. But aside from that, the chapter is pretty cool. Although like the halfway point of the chapter was the one that caught my interest. Although the first half, 5 minutes and 50 seconds, was actually pretty cool as well. But I rather prefer the second half where serious talks are involved, especially when it comes with Yang and Weiss, and Blake will be next along with Sun, hopefully. But we have to see to it that Blake is already in trouble right now, and freaking like Kornick and Fanick or something, along with Ilya, are about to like slaughter Blake's family. Let's not forget that. So, who knows what's really bound to happen next, but one thing for sure, it's not going to be pretty from here on out. Yeah. Aside from that, the chapter and episode is pretty good. Looking forward to the next one. Don't know what's really bound to happen next, but hopefully it won't disappoint. So, until then, I'll see you guys in my next video. So, I'm Alpha Zero, people. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time, alright? Peace out. Bye-bye. Toodaloo!